What sucks is nobody's going to understand unless they've been there, unless they've done it. And the problem that a lot of veterans are seeing nowadays is the fact that they're just not seeing an out other than that. Like, they're not seeing the support that we're supposed to have. They're not seeing, and whether it be from the VA, from, the outside world, from those close to us, like, for some reason there's a disconnect nowadays. And so, brother, if you come across this, if you see that I've stitched this, and please shoot me a message, my friend. Like, there are so many parallels between the story you just told in this video and things that I've dealt with.
Hello guys, welcome once again to AfriPost. I hope wherever you're watching us from, you're having a great time. Now, over the last few weeks, we have seen President Trump trying to settle in office. And while he's settling in office, he's already implementing some policies that, according to him, he thinks are going to be helpful to America. But then one thing that is happening is that much of the executive orders that President Trump has signed have had a lot of impact on normal American citizens. For example, we have seen a freeze on hirings by the federal government, and then we have fears from Department of Veteran Affairs that the job cuts that have been promised could negatively affect the provision of mental health services to veterans. And this is something that is quite serious because you know that these veterans have taken their time, sacrificed their lives, and given the best to their country. But then right now, their government is not really serious with addressing their issues. Trump has come in, and because he wants to cut the overall government expenditure, he's seen that these are some of the projects that he needs to defund or even freeze employment in. So I came across this clip of one veteran who is really going through a serious PTSD. And he was talking about his experience. And many other Americans had a lot to say about his situation. I want you to listen to his cry and the comments that other Americans gave. Let's watch this, then come back and share our thoughts.
So I don't know if I'm going to post this, but I'm just sitting here and things haven't been going too well for me. I just feel like my walls are breaking down. You know, being a vet, coming back into the civilian life, being ripped away from everything that you know, after being in an environment that's just constant adrenaline, it's constant stress, it's just, you don't know if that next sound of a gunshot or the next explosion is going to be you or your friends or... It's so quiet right now on my property. The birds are chirping. You hear the bugs, but I hear gunshots. It's been so long since I was in Afghanistan, but it's just like a loop. It just loops. Everybody else, I watch them just moving on, and time's going by for them, and I feel like I'm stuck. A lot of the times I feel like I'm stuck, and I've done really good over the past few years that I've learned a lot of coping, and I've learned how to navigate things, and my family's been a big help, and I feel like I've been doing really, really good, and ever since my back has went out, I've had 2 back surgeries in 2 years, and now I have extra kids, and I can't work. I can't be a man. I can't provide for my family. I can barely take care of them on a day-to-day basis because I have to be the stay-at-home dad. But all my mental energy, all my power is going into focusing on the pain and trying to go through each day, trying to get things done around the house, trying to lift these kids and change one more diaper, and the excruciating pain that I'm in just on a constant daily battle because of my back. I haven't been using my mental focus to keep my mind right. And I'm slipping. I'm slipping so bad. Somebody asked me if they could send out a veteran organization for a response. And reluctantly, super reluctantly, because this is always the type of shit that happens for vets. When vets ask for help or when vets go to look for help, they don't get the help that they need. They don't get the help that they ask for. People they fail. They drop the ball. And this is supposed to be in a veteran organization that was supposed to. And they never showed when they were supposed to. They didn't communicate. And it sent me over, well, I didn't say, it didn't send me over the edge, it sent me to the edge. And my family had to watch me in a break. They had to watch me be 1 foot in war, 1 foot out the other war, 1 foot in the civilian world, and I'm tiptoeing both sides, not knowing what the true reality is. And I got drunk, and I wasn't trying to get drunk. And I scared my family. I don't drink. I scared them so bad. People talk, they see me a lot of the times and they're like, there's nothing really wrong with him. Why isn't he seems fine. Well, all you guys see is the little iceberg that the Titanic, saw as they were coming. They saw what was floating over the surface, but what you don't see is underneath. What you don't see is the stuff that we don't tell. What you don't see is the stuff that we don't share. What you don't see is the stuff that just constantly eats at our soul. And the stuff that we do let come to the surface it's terrifying to most. It rubs civilians the wrong way. Our dark sense of humor rubs you guys the wrong way, but only another vet understands a vet. And if you say you're going to try to help a vet, help them. If you say you're going to be there, be there.
Hey, Mr. Joshua. Sorry to cut in on your post, man. Listen, I'm not a vet, but I do deal with a lot of stressful situations, seen some bad things, worked EMS for 18 years, so that too. So, I mean, I get the loop thing. I get it. Not quite in your situation, but I understand that part. Please reach out to me. If you need to talk, I'm available. And when I say that I'm here for you, I actually mean that I'm here for you. And I have a bunch of friends that would also be there for you as well. Please reach out to me if you need anything.
Brother, my name's Thomas. The dude in the Jeep, that's his name. I'll tag him in this just to make sure you get a chance to see him. He showed one of your videos where you are going through it right now. I wanted you to know, number one, first and foremost, above everything else, I too am a veteran. And I do suffer from depression and anxiety. I do. I seek mental health help at my local VA, which is about 5 minutes away from where I live. I understand you're in a dark place right now, and it doesn't feel like there's any light, and it doesn't feel like anybody cares, which is why I am making this video for you. I want you the go follow right back. It's me, okay? The dude in the Jeep, that's his name, is looking for you. He wants to help you get the resources that you need. You see, you are not alone, my friend. You're not. And I don't want you to think that you are. I have been where you have been, and I have leaned on other veterans to help me get out of it. And I want you to do the same. IGY6. IGY6. You are not alone. There are organizations that are here to help you with whatever you need. Veterans helping veterans. I just want you to know that you're not in this alone. My hand is right here. Please reach out to me. Send me a DM or what have you. We can sit and we'll talk. Okay? I will do my damnedest to help you get out of the dark place that you're in right now. You matter. Even if our governments, even if the Defense Department and all those other people don't say it, you matter. You matter to me and you matter to other veterans. You do. I do not want you to sit in this dark place alone, because you're not. You are not alone. You have a beautiful family. They love you and they need you. I need my battle buddy on this side, because we're both, all of us, we're going to walk through some dark places. We're going to walk through some dark time. And the only way we can get through it is together. There may come a time where you will see one of my videos where I'm just not all the way there. I'm sad or I'm upset or what have you. And you can reach out to me, veteran to veteran, to remind me, IGY6. You're not alone. I will tag the gentleman whose video I found you from. Reach out to him, reach out to me, reach out to any veteran. You are not alone, brother. You're not. We got you. You are our battle buddy. IGY6. My hand is right here.
What sucks is nobody's going to understand unless they've been there, unless they've done it. And the problem that a lot of veterans are seeing nowadays is the fact that they're just not seeing an out other than that. Like, they're not seeing the support that we're supposed to have. They're not seeing, and whether it be from the VA, from, the outside world, from those close to us, like, for some reason there's a disconnect nowadays. And so, brother, if you come across this, if you see that I've stitched this, and please shoot me a message, my friend. Like, there are so many parallels between the story you just told in this video and things that I've dealt with. Things that my friends have dealt with, my battle buddies, the guys that I deployed with. It's a never-ending battle. It's a matter of trying to quiet voices that really don't want to be quieted. And so I want you to know, brother, you're not alone. You're definitely not the only one that feels this way. You're definitely not the last one, the first one, none of it. Like, it is not a secret that this government has dropped the ball when it comes to our veterans. It's everybody knows. And so that's why I firmly believe that's why when we first started out in basic training, boot camp, whatever you went to, like, that whole battle buddy situation is so incredibly important. It doesn't have to be somebody you served with. It doesn't have to be somebody that's even in your same branch of the service. There are folks out there that understand what you're going through, both physically and mentally. And there are far too few people that have experienced those things that are willing to reach out and be like, look, I know what you're going through. So if you haven't ever heard somebody say that before, let me be the first, brother. I know what you're going through. I may not have seen the exact situations that you saw, but I dare say it's pretty close. So shoot me a message. If you need to, I'll throw you my phone number. Give me a call, brother. Like, anybody else that comes across this, PTSD is a bitch, because we don't know what's going on in here. We just know that things are that we can't control. So reach out, speak to people, whatever you got to do. You're more important than those demons. Just remember that.
If you can watch this, I would really appreciate it. And on behalf of any and all veterans, myself and my husband included, especially combat veterans, this young man pretty well encapsulates it, how it is after experiencing too much, too long, too intense combat. For my husband, it was 13 months, helicopter crew chief. And for the Afghan guys and the Iraqi guys, they just had endless redeployments. Endless. One guy was deployed 18 times to Afghanistan. I mean, what the fuck? We need help. We need help, y'all. Y'all need to help us. Nobody understands veteran health care. The wounds are so, all arms and legs blown off. And yet, these folks eventually have a happy life, a productive life. Okay? They want these people to die. What Trump and all of these guys, what all this brouhaha is about, the guiding light is eugenics. They want to get rid of anyone who doesn't produce. Old people, disabled people, especially disabled children, because they're a long-term commitment. The elderly, I mean, we're all going to be disabled. Of course, I am disabled now. But you too, if you're 22, you will be disabled sooner or later. Could be sooner. Could be in an accident. You have someone to care for you? To buy the supplies? Because you'll have to be on Medicaid, if there is a Medicaid. So watch this guy, try to have some empathy. And for those of you that do have empathy, I'm sorry that you have to feel it like terrible.
Hey buddy, what's going on, man? Listen, I don't mean to pry into your business. I left you a couple comments, but I see that you got a lot of comments on that post, but I know we don't know each other, but my name's Casey. It's nice to meet you. So what I do is I help vets all over the country find help with whatever they're going through outside the VA. So if you want to talk, just follow me back and send me a DM, bro. You know? We'll talk more. We won't get into it over social media, but we'll talk.
Man, I just want to say, don't give up hope, right? I used to feel exactly the same way you did, and I was starting to feel that way again under the last administration. But I would ask that you go watch this Doug Collins interview on the Sean Ryan show. He's our new Secretary of the VA, and this dude is a hard charger. He definitely seems like he's got our back, right? Like, he is lighting a fire under the VA. He's firing people. He's trying to merge the VHA and the VBA together. Like, no, you're just the VA. We're sick and tired of veterans spending 8 hours on hold to be connected to the wrong team, and then they just hang up and give up. He's like, if a veteran gets to you, you work for the VA, you need to be able to help that veteran, right? There's a lot of new programs coming. They're trying to push through the right to try more, to where we can actually try different medicines like Ibogaine, you know, things that might actually help us. Don't give up hope yet. Like, I know it seemed really meek and really like there was no hope for the last 4 years, but I'm telling you, this dude promised that in the next 18 months, it was going to be a whole new VA. We wouldn't even recognize the VA for what it was. So changes are coming. They see that it's a problem, and they're trying to fix it, brother. And all we can do is hold on to hope that it's actually going to get fixed, since we actually finally have somebody that even admits that there's a fucking problem, right? So I don't know what your religious affiliation is, but what saved me from this, from feeling the way that you feel, was Jesus, right? Go read Matthew 5 and tell me if it doesn't bring up some tears and make you feel like Jesus cares. Jesus cares, brother. We all care. I love you. Jesus loves you. The whole veteran community loves you. And I'm sure any of us, if you reached out, just personal phone call, personal message, whatever, we would drop everything we were doing and talk to you and try to help you. And I know these veterans administrations and all these organizations suck, and they prey upon helping veterans just so they can line their pockets. You know, it's an easy mission to get people to donate to you, and it's unfortunately easily corrupted. But it's all supposed to be changing. And for the first time in over 4 years, have I finally heard somebody even admit that there's a problem in the VA and that they need to fix it. So just hold on to hope, brother, and watch that interview. I promise it'll make you feel a little bit better. It sure made me feel better. And it made me feel like hope was coming. And like maybe there was a light at the end of the tunnel now. But anyways, we all love you and God bless.
So that is the way everything went down. And I think President Trump, while it might mean good for America in the long run, currently things are not going on well. Because if even veterans who are going through a lot of mental issues are able to face these kind of challenges just because of his executive orders, I think he needs to really rethink his strategy and find a way that he can work and allow people to really sort out these issues in a better way. Because when you implement a policy that is going to make people who have sacrificed their lives to America to lose what they've been getting over the years is something that is quite not necessary. I came across this article by NPR talking about the entire situation, and I want to read for you some of the portions that I found interesting for you. In the wake of federal firings and executive orders, providers and patients at the Department of Veteran Affairs say mental health and mental health care are suffering. They fear this struggle will get worse as the VA carries through with 80,000 promised job cuts. The agency is one of the largest providers of mental health care in the country. And this is one of the employees speaking. I've been really struggling with my concentration and my ability to focus when I'm at work because I feel like I have this axe over my head all the time, says a mental health provider who asked NPR not to disclose the location of her work and to identify her only as Lynn, her middle name, for fear she could be fired for speaking out. Some patients who have post-traumatic stress disorder say the changes are especially disconcerting. One woman who asked to be identified only as DM says she's been suffering from near constant anxiety since the changes began at the VA. She served for 26 years on active duty as a nurse and was sexually assaulted by a fellow service member. She says since then, she's strictly avoided being alone in rooms with men. Even if you have to grab the office secretary, you make sure you are not one-on-one with that male, and that's to protect you and protect him, says DM. Receiving both mental and physical health care at an all-women clinic, she says, has been tremendously helpful. DM fears such spaces will be eliminated from veterans and army life. We are gonna get rid of anything that involves women, transgender, all that stuff, she says. But some VA employees and veterans advocates warn that getting rid of any stuff could compromise care in a system that is predicated on an integrated model of physical and mental health, including research positions. Having high-quality research is a part of high-quality care, says Rashi Romanoff, CEO of non-profit, the National Association of Veterans Research and Education Foundation. The group does advocacy for research for veterans and warned that $35 million worth of research that is underway could be lost if the VA does not indefinitely preserve between 350 and 400 clinical trials. So this is the fear that experts, that veterans are having over President Trump's executive orders that are going to focus on cutting federal jobs. Trump should know better. When it comes to veterans, he needs to go slow because these people are going through hell in their heads. They are going through some worst cases of PTSD. And if they are not going to be offered any help, then how on earth could really these people get help? Because I think after sacrificing much of their lives for the government, it is now time for the government to protect them and to really give them the best care that the government can. But instead of going to cut jobs in that critical sector, Trump should find something else to do, especially focus on other areas that are not directly impacting or even disadvantaging veterans whose lives are targeted right now. This is something that now tells you that every time you make a decision to vote for a leader, you need to think of what else this leader can do. You need to really go deep into their policies and read them and understand them. Because without this understanding, if we just vote because someone is white, for example, if we just vote because we hate someone, that is not the reason for us to vote. We need to vote after critically analyzing the policies that a specific candidate has brought to us, because When we get to understand their policies, only then can we know the person we are voting. Trump talked about the desire to cut expenditure in government, and some of the low-hanging fruits for Trump are these kind of government institutions. Tell me down in the comment section what you think about this, and if you're watching us for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and also share. Thank you, and may the good Lord bless you. Goodbye.